Here we are. We are live. Ta-da.
Ever visit a place? Saltwater and freshwater creatures. Dogs and accessories. Lizards. It's like it.
I love it.
When I find myself in times of tension, all the passion opens me, speaking words and words till I'm and in my time of darkness, He is true light in front of me, speaking words and wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be. Out of standard, let it be. Words of wisdom, let it be. When all the broken hearted visions, living in captivity, there is an answer, let it be. For though it may be cloudy, there is still a chance that they can see. There is an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be. That's understanding, let it be. There is an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be. That's understanding, let it be. For there is wisdom, let it be.
Oh, here we go. Let's do this. This is great fun.
FISHY man. I didn't want to make them tonight. I found it on the site. Thank your money number down. I can't say. They're not amazing things. But I have to think what's there. Oh my God. My steps been sitting on my house for an hour. I hardly said I'm I try and try and I cannot be heard. Why can't I get right? Why can't I feel this way? 'Cause every day I'm starting to understand and I realize things are getting going the wrong way. My brother we kissed the other night. I talked it out. We talked and talked until it was out. I thought we I thought I'd understand. certainly doing my best for them.
I love it.
The sound was down again.
Yeah.
Come on.
Terribly or just a little?
It was down again,
Yeah.
like it was yesterday.
You couldn't hear it.
No, we could
Just-
hear it. It just could
It was
be
real
louder.
low.
Yeah, I don't know what I can do about that. The whole thing or just the last one?
Just the last one. The
Just-
first one we heard.
Yeah.
Try to get that fixed.
Well, that may be recorded at a lower temperature.
Yeah.
You may need to kick up your thermometer there. That was happy, Lee says. Yes, it was.
It was.
Yes, it absolutely was. Oh, dear. You said, quite garbled here, Fishy says. Quite garbled. Yeah, I don't know what I can do about that. I just really haven't got a clue.
Did you have Thomas look at it, or can he not look at it?
Well, it's two different systems. I'm on my home system now.
Oh,
The other one I got worked out this morning.
okay.
I got that figured out. This one, I think it's a matter of selecting the right speaker, I guess. I don't know. But there's only one speaker. So I don't know how it could be different, but somehow it is. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Poor Father
We're gonna
Fish, I know.
I can hear the music, but not the words. What is the name of it? I tried to find it last night, but couldn't find it. Somebody put the link up for Lee's song. Somebody. It's on his channel, so put his channel up. It is great fun. And if you haven't listened to it, you need to. It's just absolutely delightful. And I'm sorry it didn't come through. By the way, the first page, the advertisement that you saw was written and produced by a couple of gentlemen here in Venice who are the voice of the World Wrestling Federation. You may have recognized the voice. They're local and they're fish people, so they come in and have fun. So they did a couple of ads for me some years ago. They're probably, I don't know how old, 7 or 8 years old, I guess. And I've used them in various ways. I had them on TV for a while, some years ago.
Whoops.
But yeah, they're real neat. They're real nice.
Yeah, see, that's fun.
Oh,
Yeah, Roxanne
there
dropped
it is. Foxy has the link.
Everybody's dropping links. Thank y'all so much. I know Lori, she's always dropping, but I know she appreciates help too. I try to drop them when I can, but I end up getting lost trying to get
Alan
back
too
to you.
is here. Hey, Alan too.
It's hard when you do
Yes.
I hope
Lori
you
is
can
there.
make it this week. We've been missing you the last couple of weeks.
I bet he's wonderful.
He really is. He just, he comes in and takes care of
Betcha,
stuff.
man.
It's just hanging fire. DJ Father Fish coming at you live. Ah. Here, Fishy. We need to get to hear Fishy up here. She is such a joy. I
Well, she
love
has great songs.
Yeah, I absolutely adore her song. It's magnificent.
It's a great song. Father Fish, George Trotter has a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, 6'4". It says, I have a wall set tank set up. What are the bubbles that are coming out of the substrate? Tank has been up for 10 months.
Oh, well, let's see. There's probably some enormous fish-eating worm down there that's breathing heavily and trying to attract fish so it can reach its maw up to grab them, snag them, and eat them. I mean, that's one possibility.
Is this story time?
Another possibility.
Here we go.
Well,
Okay, let us have it, Father Fish. It's our bedtime
You
story.
this is the Dune aquatic saga.
Okay.
A little known critter that invades your tanks at night, and it burrows down in the deep substrate and lurks and waits with its mouth just at the surface of the sand for some little innocent guppy to come along, picking at the bottom, and it sees, oh, that looks good, and it takes a bite, and whoop, it becomes a bite, and it gets swallowed up. Well, it's probably swamp gas, would be my best guess. Light a match above the tank and see if it flares. You could.
Father Fish.
It's like, is this the big bad wolf of the tank?
Okay, y'all, we're going south fast.
I think it's great.
Can we do a video on this?
We are. This is it. Right?
This is it.
Oh dear.
I'll help you find it, Morgan.
Yeah, if it flares, then you know it really is swamp gas. If it doesn't, then you don't need to worry about that. So here's what was it, one or two? Two. If you're not missing any guppies and the match doesn't flare up when you hold it above the tank, then you know you do not, number one, have a monster in your tank, and it's not swamp gas. So that leaves a few other options.
So
Yes.
I'm just envisioning, like a family member coming into your house as you're just, lighting matches above your tank.
This is the scientific method.
Right, BJ?
You try out various hypotheses.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay.
So,
Hey, we learn a lot of stuff here. A lot of stuff.
like swamp gas, right?
It's like swamp thing.
All
Oh,
right. So if it smells like rotten eggs, well, then it's something else again, and that's okay. Not to worry about that, because it'll dissipate. It'll go away, and you won't even notice it by the second or third day.
trim worms abolished. Yeah, BJ. BJ said, when you're doing that, please don't break wind when you're lighting the match.
Yeah,
And there I just said it.
Dear God. Yeah, Foxy wants to
Hey,
donate
David.
with Beano. There you That'll help a lot, actually.
Oh, my goodness.
Where did the gas?
We're trying.
Riddle said. Right.
Why are you
Oh,
trying to
Alex is
burn
here,
the
too. I've been trying my best not to beg Alex to come up on every stream, but
Yeah, Abolish wants to know if I sell nano tremor worm.
yeah, that was the other one I was about to read.
Right. That's, I've run out is the problem. I had a few, and they wound up fouling the tank. Not because they died, but because they killed everything else, and that fouled the tank. So they left. They just went away. Any other Frank Herbert's books? Lee is going on about.
Oh yeah, Lee's giveaway.
Did you find another
I mean,
question, Mary? I didn't yet.
no.
A
I
lot
was
of
just
comments.
I was thinking about, I saw where Lori dropped Aquafunk's free giveaway tour. Hey, Alan Tooth, you live around Tampa area. Is that correct? Aquafunk's looking for a family that would deserve an aquarium, like somebody in need that needs to be in our
Laurie's in
hobby.
Baltimore.
No, I mean it's Aquafunk, Jay. Last night, remember he came on
Yeah,
and
Jay's in Tampa, right?
yeah. But isn't Alan Tooth close to there?
Oh, yes, he is, of course.
Yeah, like if you know a family or a senior citizen or just somebody that would benefit from having a tank, he's going to give away a whole setup.
Right.
He's looking for somebody kind of close to the area. So
48, did you get this one?
no, I missed that one.
Yeah, I missed that one too.
Says, my blue spotted puffer has some swelling on the right side of his beak. Now wait a minute. The beak is bone. How can the bone be swelling? I added a new coral into the tank about a week ago, and it was shortly after that when I noticed. So you put a piece of coral in, and the puffer's jaw swelled up on one side. Curiouser and curiouser. Gee, what shall we say about that? I mean, really? You know, it's puffers will bite coral sometimes, and it can be toxic. So there's the theoretical possibility that it swelled up. I don't know how you test that thesis, or frankly, what you do about it if it is true. It just becomes an interesting possibility. Not even a real observation, just not even a likelihood, just a possibility. As to the swelling, if it gets worse, you'll need to do something about it. If it goes away, then you don't need to worry about it. But if it does get worse, gee, what can you do? A puffer with a swollen beak. I don't know. A puffer with a swollen, I assume you mean the flesh around the beak and not actually the beak itself, although you did say the beak. So I really don't know. We need more information. I doubt seriously that it has anything to do with the piece of coral you put in the tank, unless you find that the coral has been abused in some way, in which case it might be something to do with it, but probably not likely. Check the coral carefully. Make sure there are no half-eaten polyps or scrunched rot or any such damage that could have been caused by a puffer's beak. Puffer's beak got swollen on one side. Gee willikers. I just don't even know how to deal with that. Puffer's beak swollen on one side. We'll put that on our list of things to come back to. Keep an eye on it and see what happens. If it gets better, that'll be good. If it gets worse, then you'll need to do something about it. Probably take it out and treat it with some triple sulfa or something. You know, swelling. I don't know about swelling.
Here's another comment to it. That was from Fatheer, right? Fatheer.
This is 48, right?
Says, well, I suppose that it's the flesh around the beak, and then at 6:15, I got an anemone. Is that supposed to be an anemone? I believe that they recommended for the clownfish, Is there a possibility that he got stung by that?
Well, I thought about that. It's possible. It's pretty unlikely. But Lord knows anything is possible.
That's the truth.
What you might try to do is take it out and bite it and see if your lip swells up.
40 years gonna come and get you.
You're
Hey,
in a fresh mood tonight.
While you're thinking about that, there's a comment at 6:14 from Alex too about brine shrimp direct.
Yes.
Oh, what's that?
Says, I just spoke with the folks at Brine Shrimp Direct. They told me they have a 5-micron size golden pearl food mimicking infusoria. Do you know what gold pearls are made from?
Yes, I do. They're made from shrimp. And my hunch is that the shrimp they're made from are the shrimp that are harvested by the ton in the Antarctic. Nobody knows for sure. I've talked to a scientist about it who has used it and researched it extensively. The manufacturer keeps it secret. They don't want anybody to know what their secret formula is. But it's his impression that it's that it's shrimp and probably mysis.
That's interesting.
It's an extremely high quality and enormously effective food. The science lab down here in Ruskin has been using it, researching it with a whole wide variety of very tiny baby fish. They found the only ones that are not interested in it are the baby clownfish, curiously. Baby clownfish trigger on live food. And of course, it's not live food. They trigger on rotifer and not on these little, they're very tiny pellets. They actually are pellets, which is weird. I mean, that's pretty tiny. And they make them all the way up to a big half-inch pellet.
They do. I feed them.
The big ones?
Not to newborn, but, once they've hatched out and they're eating, usually like when they're a week or two old, I start feeding them.
Yeah.
Golden pearls along with the other foods.
Yeah, the real tiny golden pearl you can feed to brand new babies.
Yeah.
And most of them will take it. There are a few fish that won't, but most will.
Mm-hmm.
Alex is wondering if you know anything about avocado puffers.
Avocado puffers.
Oh, abolished. Okay.
No.
You got that one, Joey, at 6:18?
Yeah, that's
okay.
But
that was it. Okay. I got lost. Okay.
Well,
avocado
I wasn't sure
puffers.
if he's going to answer the avocado puffer question.
I'll be quiet.
Before we went on to another question.
I don't have 6:18.
6:18 is from abolished. Father, what's your
I see it. Yeah.
No filter aquariums?
Lots of moss and floating plants, deep substrate. Dandy. Other fish, 29-gallon tall, lots of moss and floating plants, deep substrate. What kind of fish? What kind of fish you going to put in abolished, or do you?
I think in the previous question,
I got it. Yeah, I see it.
Rasboras.
What's your take on no filter aquariums?
Right.
Yeah, he asked this afternoon, and I thought it was interesting. He had a sponge fail today while I was out. How does a sponge fail? And now that I'm home, I'm noticing the Rasbora colony is fine and seems happy. It's been a good 6 hours. 29-gallon, lots of moss, floating plant, steep substrate. So long as you have a limited number of fish in your tank, you really don't need much activity at all. I mean, if you follow Lucas at all, he has a lot of tanks that have no filtration of any kind in them, but he doesn't have a lot of fish in them. It's maybe a pair or a small colony, and they do just fine. I mean, I see fish out in the ditches and dells all the time that are surviving quite nicely, and I rarely, if ever, find any kind of filter or airline or anything that's there would be moving water occasionally, but that's a different kind of fish typically. Fish normally live, the kind of fish that we have in our tank normally live in very still water that doesn't have a lot of turbidity. It's pretty
I think he's frozen. Your mic's off, Mary.
excellent.
That helps too. We can't hear you, Father Fish.
Yeah.
You're glitching out. And sorry, I don't know why I did that, asking about avocado puffers, and then just had a total brain fart.
Well, you asked it,
Sorry,
then you wanted me to read the other
everybody.
question. I'm like, do we want to answer that question today? But I'm sure
Oh
it's
my
all
goodness.
good. You know, we're just
What catfish?
going on here. He'll be back. I know that.
Uh-oh.
I don't know. Uh-oh, he's gone. I know Lucas does keep in some of his tanks a little bit of, water movement, not necessarily filtration, but he does have some air, moving in some of them. I think probably just to keep the biofilm off the top and keep everybody a little bit happy. But I've seen that he does that.
Yes. Oh, Madrul. I don't know if I say your name right, or
I know.
Father Fish says Mariddle. I say Madrul. I don't know. Madrul. But
I thought it was Madril, but I don't know.
a couple of how long ago was it, Joey, that Father Fish got stung by that catfish? Do you remember that?
That was I'm gonna say a couple months ago, like 2.5 months ago, that he got that sting, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. He said, Father Fish, bite the anemone to see if it stings you. And I said, you should have seen him when he got stung by the catfish.
That's right.
My family is texting me. That's what's going on. Quit.
Well, it happened. I was saying, yeah, he was already fighting with the Kraken, right?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, where is Dad? Somebody's begging for a puppy, and this is not the right time to be doing it. That's why I'm getting scatterbrained. Hang on. But 40 Ace wants to come up and maybe show the anemone. The puffer. Yes.
Show the puffer. Yeah.
So if we can get Father Fish to drop the link again.
Yeah, he'll come back, I think, right?
Okay.
Otherwise,
sorry, y'all. Let's see if we missed anybody else.
Okay. You girls are enjoying yourself.
We are.
I've been gone for a while.
Where have you been? Where'd you go?
My signal dropped. Went offline.
You're supposed to have your tinfoil hat on.
I know.
Don't you have a tinfoil hat?
Well, I think that's what caused the problem, actually. It's just got a little too wacky, I think, for whoever's monitoring this.
The Google gods.
Yeah.
So
the Google gods, right.
So obviously you couldn't hear us.
No, tell me everything that's happened.
We can't do that. You should have been here.
Oh dear.
I think Mary was saying that 48 would like to come up and maybe show the puffer.
Mm-hmm. If you want to drop the link.
Oh, that's okay. Let's see. Chat disconnected. I see. Unable to connect chat. Well, it is connected though, and I'm back. Come on. So it stopped.
48, we're going to try.
Saying, congrats, Morgan. But what do I do now? I have to go back and reopen it.
Too many sponges on one pump.
Very OSCE. All right, how do I do this? This
Glad
is
you're here, Patrick.
Jules saying try reloading.
maddening.
Not rebooting. I don't know.
Right. All right, we're rebooted. We're back all together. So now I need to copy the link and paste the link.
Here we go. Alex, I'm going to personally look up avocado puffers for you since I messed that all up.
Avocado puffer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when I disappeared. I disappeared on avocado puffer. Just as well, too.
That covered me.
Mercy.
And
All
then
right,
we'll get to abolish.
Right, what's going on?
Oh no, are you back?
Here we
and
go.
abolished, Mary?
We got somebody here.
Did it again.
Here's
How's it
Justin.
going?
Hey, there you are.
Hi there. How are you?
Hold on, I gotta turn my YouTube down. Oh, there we go. All right. I don't know how to flip my camera though.
Oh, look
Just
in the middle, the one that says cam mic with the setting button on it. You see it? It says you got your mic, your cam, and then the settings button.
There we go.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
got
pretty
it.
tank.
Oh yeah, it's really nice.
He's hiding. Yeah, I got
Well,
I
I
got a
would do
steal
if I
on
was
this.
swelling. You know, who would? It's like Jess. We need to put her on to Jess. Jess knows all about swollen cheeks.
Oh
You
my
see
goodness.
that?
Well,
He's
she
kind
had
of
a
hiding.
roller pulled last week.
You're
She
being
was
bad.
saying just
Oh,
today
yeah.
it's almost gone.
Wait, can you
Okay.
see it?
Yeah.
No.
Well,
Oh, I see him back in the
I
back.
see the tank. It's really pretty.
It is.
I got a steal on this. It's a 75. I got it for $200
Wow.
That
with
is
Really
all the
nice.
stuff, with all the fish,
really.
the
Oh, you're
rocks,
kidding.
Oh, wow.
I have the skimmer up there that works sometimes. Like
Oh my
all this,
gosh.
the nice stand and everything.
Yeah, that's nice.
Oh,
And it
That
has an
is awesome.
FX4, $200.
What?
It was like I couldn't turn it down.
No.
All right, let me try to find him.
what a deal.
Hold
Oh,
on.
so your name is Justin.
Yeah,
Well, nice to meet you, fellow
Yeah.
Mainer.
nice to meet you. 1 second. All right, let's see. I'll see if I can get him out with some food.
Ooh,
Works.
what are you feeding?
New Life Spectrum Algae Max.
Got a little sailfin and a
Oh,
tang.
pretty.
Is that a yellow tang? What
Yeah.
is that? Oh, that's a Philippine tang. It's called a
Oh, there
false
he is.
yellow. Oh
You
yeah.
see that?
No.
The right side of his cheek.
I see it on.
I guess
right.
it's his left. I guess it's his left, but it's right when I look at him.
Yeah, I do see it.
It's like a little lump. I just added this coral, and that's when I started to notice it.
Yeah, I think that's unlikely.
That's unlikely.
I think so. He's acting perfectly normal. About the only thing you can do about it at this point is keep an eye on it and see if it gets worse.
Right. Yeah, it's been like 3 or 4 days, and he's acting normal, like you said. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
right.
The only thing is, I got an anemone. I don't know if I hear they sting some things, but I didn't know. It's been in there for a month and it hasn't bothered since. So I don't know.
No, I don't think that's. Fish are pretty smart about that. The tank looks great. The fish look really healthy. I don't think you've got any kind of problem at all in there.
All right, cool.
Yeah, it looks really good. That's a nice purple piece of rock with
Yeah.
purple coralline algae.
That is pretty.
There's a mushroom, that green mushroom in the front. That's really
Yeah, I
nice.
ended up paying $35 for that whole rock with those mushrooms. I tried to scrape one off for my brother-in-law, but I guess it didn't end up making it, so I'm just gonna
You
leave
gotta
that
be
alone now.
really careful when you do that. You can't hurt the foot. You gotta get the
Yeah.
knife under the foot. And it
I
can be,
used a credit card and it just kept making slime strings everywhere.
you gotta use a knife. And you gotta
Good.
do it very gently and very carefully.
All right. Well, I appreciate it.
I like it. Looks really nice. That's a neat sculpture too. I like the way you've got it designed. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was my fiance's doing. She's the creative one.
Pretty slick.
It is very nice.
All right.
Nice. Congratulations. Yeah, looks great.
I don't know how to get back to the so I can see everybody.
Let's see. Well, let me do it.
Oh, there we go. All right. Well, yeah, I don't know. Maybe he just bit something wrong, or maybe he just caught it on a piece of the rock then.
Yeah, hard to say.
There's
It's
no
probably
abrasions or
away.
anything. There's like no abrasions or anything like that, so I really don't know.
It's probably gonna go away.
Hopefully. Oh, what kind of starfish is this? Do you know?
Let me.
It's so cool watching him eat because he moves the food down every little one of those feelers.
Where is the starfish?
It's right there on the rock.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I do know what kind it is. What is it called? God, it's a blue. They're a real fast moving. They kind of. It's
Yeah.
a big one too. That's really a big one. What is that called?
When the food goes in, he zooms right at it.
He's all
And he
over it,
moves,
right.
he'll catch it with the end of those feelers and he'll move it all the way down to the center of his body.
Right.
It's pretty cool
They're a
watching.
really good cleaner too, and they get into kind of all the nooks and crannies. I can't remember what it's called. Maybe somebody in the channel now. Been
It's
so
not that
long
big
since
yet.
I've seen him, I can't remember.
Well, people are
Well-
liking your tank, Justin.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I guess I can see the chat.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, it's beautiful, Justin. Thank you for coming up and sharing it with us. I know Cassie loves salt water too, and Alan Tooth loves salt water. I don't know how many people have salt water here.
Yeah, we're gonna
You
do.
do,
We're
don't
gonna
you,
do a
Joey?
saltwater demo.
Do you have a salt water?
Me, no. No.
Yeah, I bought it for my fiance.
Oh, you don't have one? Well, she's a lucky
Nice.
lady.
She wasn't quite into the freshwater as much as me, but yeah, I'll just show another one of my favorite tanks while I'm up here, I guess.
Pretty angel.
Yep.
I bought that one with the tank. Well, I swapped the tanks out now, but the people were moving and they wanted a good home for them, so.
Oh, they're beautiful.
Yeah, they're pretty.
How big is that tank?
It's a 55.
Oh, okay.
Great.
Mhm.
Yeah, looks good. Looks good.
I like this guy, but he's been breathing really heavy. I don't know if that's normal for you can't really see him. It's a bushy nose, bristle nose.
Yes.
Oh, I see him. Yeah, there he is.
Yeah, it's in the back there.
He breathes really heavy though, like his whole body moves. I don't know if that's normal or what.
Yeah, everything looks good in there. I don't think you have any problems.
Oh, whoops! What did I just do?
They're healthy and happy.
All right. Well, I'll get off here so you can have the show back. I was just curious about that. I was kind of worried about him.
Nice job. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you, Justin. Appreciate it.
So glad you came up and showed it to us.
Yeah. Nice to meet you, Justin.
Yes, very nice to
guys.
meet you.
Thank you. Have a great
Take care.
night.
Bristle
Bye-bye.
starfish,
Uh,
chub.
Bristle.
Chubb said a bristle.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they're common to the Gulf. Just went back and watched my video, Morgan. You can't see my snail. Chicory cats. Oh, okay.
She made her little video.
Did
Show
she?
her little tank.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
David Mann, we're going to do David saying the close that
Nice,
he
man.
got to assault his membership at the Shed Aquarium.
I
If
saw
you're going to
that.
have a membership, that's the way to have it. A dear friend of mine was the curator there for years. He just passed on a few years ago. Wonderful collector. Traveled the world collecting. We're gonna do a demo deep substrate saltwater tank sometime soon. As soon as we can kind of get things to put together. We got a couple of other projects right now we got to get taken care of, but we'll be doing that shortly.
That'll be neat to see.
Yeah, so saltwater is really easy to do. If you, again, with the deep sand bed, it's easy to do.
Do you start it in the same way in the sense of you can put the fish in right away, or do you wait?
Yes, you can. Yeah, the important thing is to not feed right away, or at least to not overfeed right away. If you can get some live culture in it immediately with either live sand, rock that's been in a live tank, anything plants, anything like that that'll bring life into it. That's really key to being able to kickstart the system. But it works exactly the same way. Now, what I recommend and what I'm probably going to wind up having to do is collecting mud from the Gulf or from the bay in order to seed the tank, to get that foundation. In the same way we do a dirted tank freshwater, we need to do the same thing saltwater, and then cap it with enough sand to keep that down. But it's easier to do really in saltwater than it is in freshwater because it's mostly sand anyway. It's like the tank we were looking at this morning from India, with native sand in it, and it was a deep native sand bed, and just really extraordinary. It was obviously sand that had a lot of nutrition in it, a lot of bacteria already built up on it. So he could do that and make it deep without having to do any kind of dirt, because it already has all of the bells and whistles. It's already got all the animal life and the bacteria on that native sand. So I thought that was really very extraordinary and a really wonderful demonstration of what you can do with a genuinely native tank.
I didn't see that. I had to leave the stream probably halfway through, so I missed that. I'll have to go back and watch.
Just take a look at it. It's very pretty. It's a dark brown sand that he got out of the creek.
Wow.
And it's beautiful. It's just amazing and very fine. It's almost a powder sand, it looked like.
And you don't personally care whether it's a fine sand or just a little bit coarser?
No, I really don't. Mary Page.
Oh.
What are you whipping up with Cassie, Mary? What is it?
They're wanting to see your picture again.
Oh.
Your picture from.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cassie wanted to see.
Let's see it again.
Let me do that. Let's see. Let me get somewhere else here.
So did I get it all messed up and now we missed abolished altogether?
Was it Was there another
That's my
comment
fault,
from
y'all.
Abolish?
Or was that the only one? Was that the only one? Okay. I think that might. Abolish, if I made everybody mess up there, please let me know. Because I got distracted and kind of goofed up. Do you think Alex?
Rebuilding is getting a fancy tank, sounds like.
Thank you, Mariddle.
Alex is saying, do you think silt can work as well as sand for a deep substrate since many lakes have bottoms composed of? Yeah, absolutely. You may need to cap it in order to keep it from just being constantly stirred up. I would tend to go a little deeper in order to get past the silt. The silt obviously is going to be just solid organics, so it'll be a real a real positive influence in the tank, but it could easily become kind of messy. I had that in my Blackwater tank for almost a year. It took that long to get the silt cleared up and down in the sand. I kept having to put sand in it to give the silt a place to go, and finally got there. But if you'll kind of brush the silt away and then take the substrate up from under it, it'll contain all of the silt, but you won't have that that detritus floating around so much. It's tricky to try to, if you've got a tank, for example, if you're raising a little tiny fish like scarlet batis, it's a perfect tank to put them in because they get down in the silt, they find food there, they raise their fry there. It's a wonderful environment for very tiny baby fish and for breeding little tiny fish. A lot of fish spawn in the silt because it's a source of food for babies, and they're secure. They're able to hide in it. They can dash down in it and be safe from a predator. But it does mean that you've got a tank that you probably should not have any kind of running water in. You can do maybe a sponge filter, but you certainly do not want to do a hang on the back. You don't want any current at all, or it'll keep that stuff stirred up and it'll just be so murky you won't be able to see through it. So it's got to be a very quiet tank with preferably very tiny fish. And that's magnificent. I mean, if you can pull that off, it's just absolutely astounding. I've done it a number of times, and I've always been able to breed baby fish. I did Everglades that way, that would just very successfully. Elisoma, I bred Elisoma in a mulm tank.
I let a lot of mulm build up in my breeder tanks. It's not pretty, but it's really
not
good for the
pretty,
fish.
but it is healthy. It's very healthy. Yeah. Right. It's a different kind of aesthetic.
Right. Those are the tanks that I'd be like, no, we don't really need to look at those.
Right.
But it grows, the babies grow really well in mulm.
Here Fishy's talking to Alex about doing a piece on rocks. That's interesting. That would be fun, wouldn't it? Just like his mother.
Let's see.
Now, Alex made an interesting observation the other day. He was saying that as aquarists, we really don't pay attention to mushroom culture. And I'm a little confused about it because I'm not aware that mushroom culture is aquatic, but maybe there is some that is. There certainly are fungal type things that live in the soil. I've seen them. I've never seen a fruiting mushroom in the tank, but I have seen various kinds of interesting looking scum things that seem to be not bacterial but organic in and having a solid consistency about that. So I don't know, but I don't know about that. I don't know uh, about that kind of filament culture in the sand bed in a substrate in an aquarium. What were we going to do? We were going to do something and lost track of it.
I'm not sure because we were talking about the salt water and then we ended up at Mulm's.
Yeah, Mary wanted to do something, and then I
Oh,
got us off track with the Mulm.
your picture from
Oh,
the
right.
that was it.
Right. Okay,
Yeah,
let's
you're gonna
do
show
that.
the picture.
Yeah, I'll do
Yeah,
that.
Cassie was.
Yeah.
Hello, Al Wet Socks. And Aquarium Cop's here, Father Fish.
Oh, wonderful. Good to see you, Aquarium Cop. Oh, my best bud. All right, here we go.
Hey, here it goes, y'all.
Okay, so when I was 19 years old, I started college in Barberville, Kentucky, Union College. I went there because I got a migraine headache. That's why I went to Union College. My parents put me in the car and drove me down to Kentucky to see that college first because they had accepted me. But our goal was to go up to Randolph-Macon. And that's where I was going to go. I was accepted at Randolph-Macon, and I wanted to go there, was excited about it. Got down to Union. I was so sick. My head was just pounding. There was so much stress. I decided to stay there. I didn't want to drive anymore. I couldn't handle any more anxiety, I guess. So I stayed, and I stayed for 4 years. And it was an absolutely magnificent experience. It was just wonderful. Well, the first year I was there, in my first semester, even, I tried out for a play. They were producing Hamlet. And I tried out and I won the role of Polonius. Now, I didn't know Hamlet. I'd never read it as a teenager, so it was all new to me. But I developed an affinity for this Polonius character. I did a reading on Lee's channel one night from Polonius, in which I described him as the central figure in the play Hamlet. But in any case, I had there was a local photographer in town, a professional photographer, had a studio and a shop and whatnot, and he wanted to do a series of pictures of me. So I went down there, and he did some, and he entered them in a photography contest. I think in Kentucky, I don't know, and he won. He won a prize, and then later gave me the picture that he had entered in the contest. And so I've had it. I got it. That was in 1960. 1960, and I've had it ever since. So it's 60 years old, and this is what I look like. Let's see if I can get it without the glare. When I was 19 years old.
19-year-old Father.
No. That was the costume I wore.
Well, that's neat. It's great that you still have it.
Yeah. I don't have the costume. I do have the picture.
What a dashing young man.
Yes, and it's too bad you don't have the costume. You could put it on.
I know.
It'd be
I
so
would have kept
fun.
it too. Yeah.
Hear Fishy. Hear Fishy's whistling. Hear Fishy saying, I can't even do it.
So there we are.
I need Calvin.
I
Calvin can
can't
whistle
do it
like that.
either.
I can't do it. There you go.
Oh, miles ago and far away.
Back before we all
Is
had
that
gray.
picture on metal?
I know. I know. It's true.
Is that just a regular picture? Or is it on a different type of
It's a
I want to know
photograph.
if it was on
It's a photograph.
just a regular. Okay.
Yeah. A
Thank you,
frame.
Muppet.
A framed photograph.
Holly says just as handsome as ever.
Oh my. Holly.
Al Wet Socks gave you the best one of all, though. Smart and sexy. Good one, Al. I hope everything went well with your wife today.
Yes.
She's in our thoughts and
Amen.
prayers.
Amen. Father Fish is a young man.
At
Indeed.
6:43, I think Holly had asked something. I
Say
never
what
did. I didn't
Back
find my
when I was
glasses,
a
Petro Man.
Marxist.
Metro
I don't
wanted to
think
know-
I was. No, I don't think I was ever a Marxist. I was a liberal. I was a classical liberal. But when I confronted Marxism, which was when I was at Tufts, I was at Tufts University. I got involved with the SDS, and that's when I was confronted by Marxism, because the people who were running the organization wanted to rewrite. I was a writer. I wrote articles, and they would always come back to me rewritten with what was just obviously a Marxist doctrine. And I was deeply offended by it. And I quit the organization over it because I was never a Marxist. I was very liberal, however. I thought Reagan was a terrible person until I finally woke up and realized that I was the terrible person, and that he was really a wonderful person. But it took some years to get there, and it took getting mugged more than once, and mainly mugged by liberals. I got mugged over and over again by the liberal establishment that I felt an affinity for, until I finally realized there was no affinity there, that it was just skullduggery and meanness of spirit, a lot of anger and bitterness. And so I left it, and I began then to kind of restructure my mind and my understanding, and came out of it understanding myself as a deeply conservative person, and realizing that I was always that way, that I had always been a person with very deep, strong beliefs, but that those beliefs were not of a sort that were intended to oppress people, as a la Marxism and the like. So that's just a little biographical annotation, if you will. Let's see. Let me
I
get
like
back.
Allison's comment. The only Marx that makes sense is Groucho.
Yeah, I love Groucho. I really do. And I always knew what the secret word was. David Mann. I was a leftist until I met my wife. Her family escaped the communist genocide in Cambodia. And after talking to her older siblings about what communism really is, I couldn't support it anymore. Yeah, I have a number of friends who escaped Cambodia, who actually left, went, one family, the husband sent his wife and children out before the killing field started. And then on that final day, when the city fell, he went to the bank, drew out all of his money, and walked out of Cambodia, which was several hundred miles. And in the process, walked through many of the killing fields that were just covered in bodies. He was a remarkable man. He came to this country, was sponsored, he and his family, by a local church. And he built a business as an auto mechanic. He actually started working for the state doing road work, but found that the men he was working with were so coarse and vulgar that he really couldn't tolerate it. So he opened a little garage business and built it into something of an empire. Became very wealthy. He and his family had 3 children, one of whom was killed in an auto accident. And I spoke at the funeral for his son, and it was a very heartfelt and a very moving experience for all of us, because he had he was such a hero, the father was, and the son was such a bright, brilliant young man who had just been first in his class and as a graduating senior, with looking to go to college and to have a career as a scientist or something. So it was a very sad day. The entire senior class of the high school showed up at the funeral. And I spoke extemporaneously and just was so moved by the power of what was there that I was able to say things that a number of people were deeply touched by. So it was a real blessed kind of moment. So yeah, but I talked to him many times about his experience in Cambodia and the effect of communism and what Vietnam was really all about. And I didn't understand that, but the Vietnamese were deeply embittered when we pulled out. It was clearly morally the wrong thing to do. We had managed to stop the communists in their march into Vietnam, and yet the movement that I was a part of to end that war was so powerful and so insistent that by the time Nixon got in, he didn't want any more to do with it, and he just basically shut it down. So I think he deserved to be chased out of office over that, although that was certainly not the cause of his leaving office. He was a brilliant man, but he was a man who, in the final analysis, failed all of us tragically. A good man, but a weak man. Anyway, we've gone from madness to I don't know what here. I love the dogs. Look at this.
Well, they've decided they're coming in. They've crawled over on the arm of the couch.
Look at that. Hi, boys.
Oh, look at Bogey and Bacall. They're beautiful.
Well,
aren't they sweet?
Bogey and Bacall.
Dougie and McCall.
Bacall. You know.
They're beautiful,
okay.
Joey.
McCall. Got it, right?
And then we have, my daughter has Rhett and Scarlet.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. You can have
Aren't they sweeties? Look at them. Look at them. Kisses, kisses.
Oh, they're my babies.
Nice. Let's see, where are we? What time is it?
It is 7 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
Look at beautiful Joey up there.
It's like we could make me smaller.
I know.
Nope. You and Cassie are going to quit that. Keep me small, make
Why?
y'all big. Because
No.
they don't need to see me. I'm too
older
old.
than you.
Oh, come on now.
I am 56 years
You are
old.
not.
I'm older than you.
Full
1964.
Listen to her.
duty.
Listen to her.
Oh, well. Well, you had me fooled, girl. I'm a 67 model.
Like, you're younger than me, girl.
Well, I get you already hollow.
Oh, my goodness. I thought you were like 38.
Really.
Well, that's really
I
sweet.
swear I did.
I
I really
figured her
did.
at maybe mid-50s.
No, I have a daughter
I
that's
did not.
32 and a son that's 33. So I'm old. But you know what? I don't feel it. So,
You got a youthful spirit.
well, thank you.
Yes.
You do.
It's because we're cowgirls.
Yeah, keep
That's
small.
right.
That's what it is, right? Right. Well, let's see. We need to play a tune here.
Play us a
I
tune.
think we're done for the day. Are we done for the day?
I think we're done for the day.
We're done when you're
Oh,
done.
Alan Tooth did not get to see your picture. He had stepped away. He wonders if you could show it
Sure.
again.
We want to see
Let me
it
go
again.
back. Want to see it again?
Well,
All right,
somebody
I'll
asked
do
it.
it.
I don't remember, but we got off track. But somebody asked, it might have been Ritual, if it's on metal. They wanted to know if it's printed on a metal base.
No. It's a photograph on photographic paper.
Paper. Yep. It's very nice.
Oh,
Father
60 years ago. There.
Very nice.
Cassie made
I
the
can
comment
see-
that he looked like Shia LaBeouf, and I can kind of see it. Yeah.
Yeah, I can
Yeah,
actually, I can see it too.
Oh.
Good call, Cassie.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what. See if we got a tune up here.
I hope you got to see that. I hope Alan was watching.
Yeah. See, Holly says country girls rock.
That's right, Holly. That's another one of our country sisters.
We
That's
could say
it.
we were
Right.
country when country wasn't cool, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay, you got to see it.
Oh, what shall we play? Let's do. Oh, we got to do this.
Oh,
let's play one we can hear.
Dead Fred
Sorry.
said he wanted to share something before we went. I don't know if that's
Sure.
possible.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you want to come up, Dead Fred?
Let me get back over here.
Okay,
Does he want to come up?
I'm checking now. Dead Fred, if you want to come back, do you want to come up?
There's the link.
Everybody loved that picture.
Well, Dead Fred said hi, so hi. I've missed all kinds of hellos, and I apologize.
Oh. I'm sorry, Father Fish. It was about Gil the Goldfish, what we shared. Yes, that's fine, Dead Fred. I thought you wanted to come up. I know you had just set up a new fish tank, and I thought maybe that was it. But yes, we've definitely shared the Gil the Goldfish thing. We sure did. Got to get him up to 100 subscribers.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, sorry about that, y'all. Thank you, Aquarium Cop.
Okay,
No.
I'll get that link later.
Let's dance out of here.
We're gonna dance out of here.
I guess.
Why not? Let's see.
We're gonna hear the music though.
Yeah.
Let me turn it on and see if you can hear it.
Thank you, Justin, for coming up.
Yes, this tank is beautiful.
Can you hear it?
A little low. Very low.
Turn your volume up. Bye, all.
Bye-bye.
Y'all have a good night. See you in the morning.
Uh-oh, we got to dance it out.
Go, Pupfish. He can get down.
He can.
Look at him.
Look at that chair dancing.
Oh, no, you got me up there. I can't hear the music.
I know, that's the tough part. We could be all off
There
the
she
beat
goes. There she goes.
because we can't
Go,
hear it.
Joey. She's doing it. There you go. Get it.
Right.
It's like,
Start doing some.
Huzzah, huzzah.
yeah, remember that move, Mary?
I'm going to Vogue.
Yeah.
Do the Cassie B. Don't fall out of your chair.
Oh, and hit him with one of these, you know?
Yeah. Some of this.
Oh,
Some of that.
Yeah.
If we just had some music, wait, we got to give it to Lee.
I don't know what beat I'm on.
We're just doing stuff.
Can't really hear it.
Let's see. What's the sprinkler? Wait, I can't do that one.
Oh. What is that one?
Yeah, there you go. There it is.
Oh, I love the shopping cart.
The mashed potato. What is that? I don't know. No, that's the. What was
And
that?
the swim?
Yeah. We're sinking.
Huzzah,
I'm treading water. Oh,
huzzah.
this is treading water.
Oh, fish hands. Do your hands, Father Fish.
Everybody's gonna be like, they're horrible. They have no beat.
Hey, that's
Need
what we're
more
here for.
room for my chair dancing.
That's right. Uh-oh, it sped up. Cassie,
Right.
Cassie, why aren't you up here with us doing this?
I know.
Really? Yeah, she needs to be dancing. Love you, girls. Good night,
Love
all.
you. Good night,
You
everybody.
too.
See you all
Bye,
tomorrow.
Joey. See you in the
Bye-bye,
morning.
Mary.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.